Hello everyone, this is Super Dimensional Bun. Today I'll be doing a review of Bandai's 144 scale non-grade RGM 79G and the GS from the OVA series Gundam 0080. These kits were released in 1998 and they both retailed for 500 yen. So, as I implied earlier, these are the original kits from back in 1989. They're essentially the same kits. They came with some separate parts, so just a few things to distinguish them. So let's go and start with the close-ups. I'll be using the ground version here because it's just a little more sturdier. Alright, side view. And the back. So you see that's a good amount of detail. Let's go ahead and look at the articulation. So you got the head. It's connected by via just a peg and polycap. You can't go exactly all the way around because of this antenna that's on his shoulder. Alright. Okay, there's some waist motion. The cockpit kind of bumps into the sides. It has a pretty big peg right there. Alright, the arm, so 360 there, only bends at the elbow since it's a really old kit. Alright, the hand, so the hand's kind of interesting, it has a very large range of motion, just going up and down, but it can't go side to side at all. And of course it's connected also by a peg, it's like a spin 360. Alright, so you got the side skirt armors, they move up a little bit, and the front skirt armors, which don't really move much at all. Alright, now this guy can do splits, pretty wide. It's pretty good for a kit from 1989. Anyway, alright. And you got this, I don't know, foot armor, ankle armor that can actually rotate a little bit. This is actually one piece. And last but not least, you got the not last but not least, you got the foot. It has a pretty good range of motion actually. It's one giant polycap that connects it, and it can rotate it just a little. That's pretty nice. And then, oh yeah, let's get the arms out so they can go out just about 90 degrees, and you can do the splits like so. What else? The legs are connected by ball and socket polycaps, so you can rotate the legs just a little. Not bad again for a kit from 1989. And one thing that kind of disappointing is that there's not a lot of range of motion in the knee. Even though there's actually 2 points of articulation, it really doesn't bend very much. Let's move forward just a little bit and back. I mean, the way it's designed, I mean, these things kind of prevent it from bending very far. Okay. Now, let me show you quickly this difference in the space unit. So the only difference with the suit itself is the backpack. So this is a space backpack with 6 and maybe 7 thrusters, while the ground type here only has 4. Okay. Alright. And color scheme, of course. Now, onto the accessories. So, both kits come with a shield. Basic design, actually 3 pieces. It's this piece here, the shield, and the handle that comes on the back. So everything else you'll need to paint, like these gray parts. And this kit comes with stickers, so you know it has the emblem on it. They just fit right into the hand. Alright. Here too. This one has a little problem sticking. Kind of rotates out, so you gotta move the hand out. Alright, next you get 2 beam sabers for each kit. Now they come in solid colors. This one was a white and this one came in beige. They both fit in the hands, just plug them in. And that's pretty much it for the weapon. Well, not the weapons, for the beam sabers. So another thing is the beam sabers are stored in the back, and you can actually pull these out. So a little more realism, I guess. You can take them out. Okay. Now, last but not least, you got the hand armaments. You got the machine gun for the ground type and a beam rifle for the space type. So this is a pretty common machine gun. You get this same machine gun with the GM sniper, the let's see, the Gundam GP01. I'm not sure what else. Yeah, it's pretty nice design. Alright, and then you got this beam rifle, which is pretty unique in the Gundam universe. It's the only one designed like this. It has a tank on the back. It's pretty nice. And of course, you just plug that in. You have to take out the arm, not the hand, like so. Put it in. You pop that in. Alright. We're ready to go. So, now let's talk about the pros and cons. Okay, the cons is that, okay, with this kit, the space version, it comes in a kind of slightly greenish tinge white color. I got this kit many years ago, and so I painted the whole thing white. Even then, I wasn't that great at painting it. Well, that's just my paint job. Anyway, let's see. So, it's an old kit from 1989. You'll need to do painting to make it look good. There are only areas you need to paint. I guess one, the beam sabers, the vents in this guy. Let's see what else. The beam rifle needs painting. Let's see, little vents inside where Vulcan cannons in the head need painting. See the chin and these circular parts on the side of the head, and of course the backpack, all the red parts. I mean, this was, I would say, a dark bluish gray color, and so I painted it gray and all the vents red. And all the little details need painting. I don't know if the HDC version has that issue or not. I'm sure some painting needs to go on with that. Most kits do. Oh yeah, and of course the little vents in the side of the shoulders. But yeah, that's that. This guy is pretty much the same thing. The vents in the legs, the burners, this little green part in the backpack. Oh yeah, the shield inside the head. That's pretty much it. This one, okay, well, let me talk about the pros. So, being that these are non-grade kits, there are obviously fewer parts compared to an HGUC kit. It didn't really take me too long to build these kits, but I actually kind of went a little above and beyond and tried to clean it up, glue pieces together, and make it look nice. Oh, that's right, that brings me back to another con. Being that it's a kit from 1989, the parts don't always line up correctly. You might have a little shift. So what I did with this guy was I glued it, sanded it down, make it smooth. I did that with the legs and the arms, even the shoulders actually. I didn't do it with the chest, but I might. I don't know. It's just some personal preference, Yeah, same thing with the head too. I had a little trouble with that. So that's a con. Other than that, I mean, if you don't mind those lines, those seam lines, then more power to you. You can build this thing in a flash essentially. So back to the pros. Fewer parts means less time building or cutting out the pieces from the sprues. So that's the one thing I love about these old kits. You don't spend a lot of time preparing. You can slap these things together and you're done pretty quickly. But of course that it suffers in the articulation department, which goes back to the cons. As you saw in the legs, well, it's pretty much bad design. They don't bend very much, unfortunately. I mean, you have great feet. Arms are decent. They bend 90 degrees, and they move outward 90 degrees. I mean, pretty much just like the HGUC kit, but and of course doesn't compare to modern HGUC kits. What else? Pros? I mean, the design doesn't look bad at all. I mean, in a way, I like the clear part that came with the heads. I mean, it looked like kind of jewel-like look to it. What else? I mean, the pictures on the box kind of make it look like it has extra long legs, but when you actually are holding it, it looks pretty decent. So, pretty great for 500 yen. I know the HGC kit's only 800 yen, and in a way, that it is good in the sense that being an HGC kit, you have more color separation, more parts, better, way more better articulation. But being that it's a GM and one that didn't play a huge role in any of the OVA, it's a very decent kit, in still my opinion. So I like the design. I thought, for 500 yen, why not splurge on it? I won't say splurge. It's just go crazy. It's 500 yen. It's not much if you love the design or whatnot. I mean, originally I bought the space one because I like the colors. I didn't care too much for the beige and black, but something drew me to the ground version. I had to say, part of me thinks it's the backpack. I just like the backpack. I don't know. It's different. It looks nice. I don't know. I like the green part in the middle. So that's what drew me to buy this, to tell you the truth. Anyway, whereas the space version, it's just thrusters everywhere. Kind of meh. Alright, so enough of this. Let's start doing the comparisons. So here is the Zaku FZ from the same series. It's also the original non-grade kit. See, the height-wise, it's rather, well, it's a little smaller. So these guys are actually a little tall. And let's see. Let's go ahead and look at the HGUC GM Sniper, which is based off the same design, but modified to look more specialized. Well, to be specialized, it's a sniper. So anyway, see the shield. There's differences in the shields. I like the original shields in the sense that it's rounder. But this one's good too. It has way more design. It's way more details. One thing I forgot to show you guys also as part of the cons is that the inside of the shields has a lot of these indentations from, I guess, production. Yep, that's how I feel too. Anyway, if you keep it, out facing outward, you really don't see it, but of course, you're going to see it. But it's a shield. I mean, for a 500 yen kit, just deal with it, right? So of course, GM Sniper has the same clear part in the head. I mean, it has better shoulders, better elbows. I mean, this kit came out even later than the HGC version of these two. But anyway. So anyway, if you ever see it on shelf and you don't have the HGC, I'd still say go ahead and go for it, especially if it's cheap. But I'd say the HGC version has a more solid design. It doesn't quite feel like it doesn't quite emulate the line art as well, but you get less headache, let's say, of parts not lining up and a little painting. But if you don't mind those two, definitely go for it. I mean, you see I applied some of the stickers and it has a good amount of detail. I think it's still a decent kit. Even the boxes are small. I don't know if you can see that. It's not, you can fit it inside the HGUC kit. Anyway, if you collect the boxes like I do. I mean, I got a room full of boxes. Anyway, alright, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and my ramblings. yeah, I mean, like I said, 500 yen, you can't go wrong with this kit. So yeah, anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Tune in again, and I will see you.